Cantankerous grinders. This is internet personality Vangelus, and after an edge-inducing appearance in a piece of Kingdom Control art alongside Polar Claw, Gears finally returned to Transformers Generations as a Legacy United Deluxe, also continuing the chain of Autobot minibots manifesting as deluxe price point pieces during this active decade of collector mainline releases. Legacy United Gears also came topless in his English territory packaging, temporarily freeing his singular nipple while his friction-hinged chest piece was packed separately alongside his weapon within the box, most likely to dissuade theft in the windowless post-Space Jam 2 era of lawlessness in North American toy aisles.
This video was sponsored in part by ToyHacks.com. Use the code SEPTEMBERUS through the month of September 2025 for 15% off your order of labels and other paraphernalia. Using the code supports the channel. Supporting the channel feeds the machine.
Leaving the hench shape of toy version Gears to his thrilling 30-derived release from over a decade ago, the Deluxe Gears of the 2020s instead leans into his old cartoon model, being a barrel-chested bot in Spider-Man colors with an extremely weird head. I have, zero notes here. The blue is deep and delicious, the red is juicy and fresh, and the silver paint and gray plastic that binds it all together is full of pop and interplay. His backpack is a little hefty, but also looks like an actual backpack, which does a lot to make me not really mind. It even has side-mounted 5mm ports, joined by additional ports on his calves and soles, all set up to adorn the grumpy goof with Iser boots and artillery. I called Gears' head extremely weird, and I assure you that is mostly non-derogatory. Aside from the life-giving silver paint and bright blue optics, the fact that the entire thing is his head is just... well, I'll talk about that in the Articulation segment, but this head also has a very cute homage to the Mysterians from which the G1 Gears toy was derived, with a giant M and/or W sculpted on the back of his noggin. As I mentioned in the opening, Legacy United Gears has a flip-up chest plate to reveal a bunch of greebles and guts from the episode Changing Gears. Small spoiler, this is much more in service of the transformation than anything else, but it's a neat way to zazz up what could have been a bare, featureless surface. It's a shame it's just a slightly featureless sea of red, what with the entire panel being a plank of nylon plastic that doesn't play nice with mass-production toy industry paint applications. Also unpainted is the weapon accessory, a simple black blaster pistol. It has a bonus 5mm peg on one side so you can mount it more snugly to any of Gears' available ports for storage in either mode. You won't believe what this guy's joints can do. It's a little amazing and a little spectacular. Like right off the bat, there's a ball socket neck on this head, this weird shaped head, and it works. It even has nod and a little bit of waggle. The only issue is his head is such a weird shape, it bumps the backpack, and it doesn't even knock it loose, it just knocks it off the two little locking tabs. It's not that big a deal to me, but be aware if you want him to look extremely over to one side, he might need to turn at his totally unfettered waist joint a little bit. Or use his unfettered universal shoulders to assume a level of dominance no Gears in Transformers history has ever had to assume before. Or use the bicep swivels and double-jointed elbow and wrist swivel to get all dynamic. And what's this? What's this? A transformation joint that doubles as a friggin' lateral shoulder joint? What's going on? He's Gears, but he's able to do stuff. He's able to assume action poses. What's going on? You can see all the leg joints. It's universal, then the thigh there, and there's a double jointed knee, an ankle tilt. If you can even move the heel down a little bit to give him some extra, secret bipodding on each foot. This is a ridiculously articulated Generation 1 Sunbow Gears. What happened? And I'm not mad, it's so cool. And it means that repaints and retools in future, they benefit greatly from just being this mold. But even this mold on its own, is so rife with raw emotion and power and determination, and then, like, as a very delightful punchline whenever you're doing any of this, it's friggin' him! It's Gears at the end of the day! I love it. It makes me so happy. After my surprise at the level of dynamic articulation available to a fairly undynamic-looking character, I went on to raise eyebrows in subtle glee at Gears' transformation process. I think the most finicky moment is trying to align the front fender tabs with the slots on the robot elbows, and that's mostly in service of a lovely number of locking points that present themselves through this conversion scheme. The heels being revealed as roof chunks and side windows is great mass play, and it's just so simple, fun, clean, fast, and engaging. Nothing makes me bored or tired or impatient, and it ends precisely when it needs to. Chef kiss type stuff. The wheels are kind of small. That is my major issue with Legacy Gears as a truck, because there's nothing else for me to grouse about. The shape is excellent, the colors still work, and fresh parts like the fully painted windows, headlights, front bumper, and grille are absolutely up to par. Is it weird that his chest is the rear panel? Sure, here, I'll fix it. And frankly, his back end is so classically chunked up and bulked with techish greaves in the first place, an upside-down Gears chest kind of blends right in, looking like a binding lock for whatever his fake payload is supposed to be. The gun has two spots on either side to very naturally mount on, with inbuilt up-down pivot power. And if you want to put it on the roof, be my guest. You just have to use the side peg in all these cases due to the jut of the quote-unquote ammo magazine on the sculpt. Oh, as a cherry on top of the ongoing gag of this Gears toy being comically dynamic for, well, Gears, thanks to the transformation, you can fold all four wheels in for a hover truck mode that works way better than it ought to, especially given that this is not, like, remotely by design as far as I am aware, unless I missed something. Transformers Generations Legacy United Deluxe Class Autobot Gears is an absurdly long product name for an absurdly feature-filled action figure of a character most known for being a dumpy little grump who once hung out with Spider-Man. It's almost as though the Gears who arrived on Legacy World was part of the Spider-Verse squad. He had some kind of off-screen training arc. This is a top-to-bottom peak workhorse of a modern deluxe Transformer, easy as hell to recommend and absolutely deserving of the continued availability the piece has gone on to enjoy as both Retro Gears and GoBot Smallfoot. Those two even have their own unique head toolings. I also still need both of those. I'm getting gamble greedy on the GoBot set, going down just $10 more at EB Games in Canada. Don't judge me, you all live in glass houses. Anyway, this has been Internet Personality Vangelus, and I want to extend some grumbly good cheer to all my supporters on Patreon, YouTube membership, and Ko-fi as we all continue to wait for society to truly advance, and for this toy to get retooled for a Swerve and Outback 2-pack.